Good morning, children. Welcome back to the online class. I want to tell you one thing, that is, your half yearly examinations will start from the 20th of September. The routine will be very shortly given to you, but the exams are actually knocking at the door. So that means they have come very closer. So that means you have to work hard to score good marks in the examination. This is a half yearly exam, so it is a very important examination. The examination will be of 50 marks, out of which the teacher will decide how many marks you will have for multiple choice and how many marks you will have for the written examination. As far as social studies and English literature is concerned, I'll have 20 marks multiple choice and 30 marks written examination, which you have to write on the paper and send it to me either in the school email or in my WhatsApp number. I would prefer to send it in my WhatsApp number. That will be better. I think it will be better. Anyway, that will be told to you when the paper is set and when your exam is conducted. It will be informed to you in what way you have to send the paper. 50 marks, that is for multiple choice and written. Already 10 marks project you have submitted, and 15 marks project you have submitted, and 10 marks viva has been conducted. So 15 plus 10 is 25. 25 and 50, that is half yearly, 75 marks. And already unit test 1 was of 25 marks. So 75 plus 25 is 100. So the total first term exam will be out of 100. You will be assessed out of 100 in the first term. So this is the breakup of the marks which you are going to be appearing. As far as the exams are concerned, you need not panic about it, but you should be very, very sincere and serious about the examination. It is online examination. Many children may have the liberty to see the book and write the answer. But what does it fetch? What does it fetch? It doesn't fetch you anything. By adopting such means, you will not be able to assess yourself. You will not be able to assess yourself. It is not a proper way, because the exams are conducted to assess how much conduct your examination to assess how much you know, and you also can know how much you know. So if anybody sees from the book and writes, he or she cannot assess himself or herself. So that's not the proper way to write the answers. Write whatever you know, doesn't matter. Whatever you know, you think as if you are appearing in the examination in the examination hall of the school. Just in this way you write the examination. So that will be good, and that will be honest on your part also. And there is nothing better than honesty. Nothing better than honesty in life. That I can assure you. It is my experience that honesty brings a lot of dividends. It fetches you a lot. You will gain if you are honest. There is no doubt about it. That I can assure you. Anyway, today in social studies, yesterday we have revised about all the explorers who explored the sea and found out new routes to different places in the world. Out of that, one route is that Cape of Good Hope. That was to India, isn't it? That was a Vasco da Gama. He discovered that route to India. He is the first person to discover the route of India from Europe. First of all, the route was from Europe to southern tip of Africa, and from southern tip of Africa to Calicut in India. That is the Cape of Good Hope. Anyway, slowly the Europeans came to these places through the route that was discovered for their trade and commerce purpose. Later on, they started acquiring territories, and India became the British colony. The Britishers occupied many territories and India became a British colony. India started being ruled by the Britishers. That we have seen. In transport, many other things happened. In the 17th century, the development in science and technology, right from the 17th century, developments in science and technology contributed a lot in the field of transport. Let us see what are the developments, what were the developments from the 17th century till today. Let us see. Advancement in science and technology. Let us read about some inventions and discoveries that brought about further changes in transportation. The steam engine. After the wheel, after the invention of wheel, the transport developed a lot because people could move from one place to other. The invention of the steam engine was the second greatest event in the history of transportation. The steam engine, which was invented in the 17th century, was improved upon by James Watt in the 18th century. So what is written here? Steam engine was invented in 17th century, but it was not that efficient. But in the 18th century, James Watt, he further developed it, and it was a very efficient steam engine. The Watt steam engine was more efficient and came to be widely used to power machines in industries. Initially, the steam engine was used to power machines in the industries. It also paved the way for using steam engines in transportation. The Watt steam engine was so efficient that it opened the way for using the steam engines in the field of transportation. How? The first steam locomotive was built in the 19th century. Locomotive, that means a steam engine which runs on rails, tracks. Later, George Stephenson built one of the most successful early steam locomotives that was used to power the first trains. Trains linked towns and cities. As rail travel was cheap, people could afford to travel by trains. This is very important. Trains link towns and cities because now when the tracks are laid, the trains can run on the tracks, and in the trains not only one coach but a number of coaches are attached. So one locomotive can pull number of coaches. In this way, train travel becomes cheaper, rail travel becomes cheaper, and so people could afford to travel by trains. The first steam powered boat was invented by Robert Fulton in the 19th century. See, from steam engine, the steam locomotive for transport was used for transportation. Then steam engine was used to power boats, which was invented by Robert Fulton. So in this way, the boats also started moving faster, isn't it? Steamboats revolutionized travel throughout Europe and enabled goods to be transported much faster. Naturally, the steamboats were faster, very fast, and powerful also. So more load could be carried, and faster travel was possible. The people could travel faster with their loads. More load could be carried in the steamboats. Discovery of petroleum. The 19th century witnessed the discovery of crude oil or petroleum. Now you know what is petrol, diesel, kerosene, you know. These are all byproducts of petroleum or crude oil, which is a mineral found underneath the earth. It's a mineral. The use of petrol and diesel powered engines made it possible for a wide range of vehicles such as cars, buses, trucks, and bikes to be manufactured. Uh, these diesel and petrol powered engines, they enabled a wide range of vehicles such as cars, buses, trucks, and bikes to be manufactured. Because you know that cars, they travel. They use petrol or diesel. Trucks, they use diesel. Then bikes, scooters, scooties, they use petrol. So how fast you can move, isn't it? By a car, by a truck, by a bike. So they use petroleum product, either petrol or diesel as fuel. Across the world, these vehicles made traveling easier and faster than ever before. Just imagine, if you are traveling by a car, how fast you can move from one place to other. You can go hundreds kilometers in very short time. Same thing goes for buses. Goods can be transported from one city to another city by means of truck within a matter of few days. Even from Delhi to Calcutta, it will take hardly 3 days for the truck to carry your goods from Delhi to Calcutta. Sometimes it may take 2 days also. So the trucks, buses, and cars, they are a very efficient means of transportation. In 1903, the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, conducted the first successful short distance aeroplane flight. This is very, very important. The first short distance aeroplane flight was conducted by Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur. The aircraft had a petrol engine. By the mid 20th century, jet airlines were carrying passengers between continents and across oceans in a matter of hours. Okay, up to here today. I'll tell you one thing. The first aeroplane that was invented by Wright brothers had a petrol engine to power it. It required some engine to get power. Later on, also, many aeroplanes were using petrol as the fuel. They are powered by petrol engines. But nowadays, the jet engines, the jet airliners, they use jet engines. Jet engines do not use petrol or diesel. They use another petroleum product known as ATF, air turbine fuel. Air turbine fuel. As I told you previous time also, they use ATF to power their engines. They have jet engines in them. The smell of ATF is just like kerosene. Just like kerosene. So it is cheaper than petrol naturally, and the engines are also more efficient and more powerful. Engines can be manufactured by using jet fuel, that is ATF, aviation turbine fuel. This I wanted to tell you. It's a huge aeroplane carrying 500 people, 550 people, along with that their luggage and all many more items, many more load on the airplane, and so much of ATF fuel for running the aeroplane. Together the aeroplane takes off and moves from one continent to the other. Just imagine, so powerful engines. Though most of the aeroplanes, big aeroplanes, have 2 or 4 engines, not single engine. Okay, so this is all for today. Thank you so much. Bye then.